To squeeze twice for yes and once for no. Do you understand? 2 squeezes. Clear and strong. She pulled up a chair on the other side of the bed and took his other hand. Chris, do you know where you are right now? 2 squeezes. Are you in pain? 1 squeeze. She paused, wrote something on her tablet. Then, can you hear people when they come to visit you? When they talk in this room, can you hear what they're saying? 2 squeezes. She stood up straight. This patient is showing signs of covert consciousness. I need to run a full assessment. This changes everything about his care plan. I almost lost it right there. I almost sat down on the floor and let go of everything I'd been holding in since the night of the accident, but I didn't have time. How long does the full assessment take? I asked. Several hours, she said. Multiple tests, scans, but I can document my initial findings within 30 minutes. I told her about the 2 p.m. caseworker meeting. I told her my parents were planning to sign papers to donate Chris's organs and transfer him to a facility where they'd take him off life support. Her face changed. No one is signing anything on this patient today, she said. I'll make sure of that. She walked over to the wall phone and called the hospital's patient advocate office. Her voice was low and firm. Active neurological reassessment, pending evaluation. All proceedings regarding this patient's care plan need to be paused immediately. When she hung up, she came back to the bedside and started running more tests, asking Chris to squeeze in different patterns, timing his reactions. She was building a case, fast. For the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. At 12:15, my phone buzzed. I pulled it out and saw Mom's name on the screen. My whole body went stiff. I stepped toward the corner of the room. "Where are you?" she said. Her voice was warm. "We need to go over some things before the meeting." I lied without thinking. "I'm at a coffee shop. I just needed some air." There was a pause. "Good," she said. "Take your time. You don't need to be at the meeting if it's too hard for you." The way she said it made my skin crawl. She was hoping I wouldn't come. She was hoping I'd sit in some coffee shop feeling sorry for myself while she and Dad walked into that meeting and signed away my brother's life without anyone there to stop them. "Okay," I said. I hung up. I walked back to Chris's bed. The neurologist was writing notes on her tablet. I picked up Chris's hand and tapped. "Mom just called. She doesn't want me at the meeting." His fingers moved, slow, each letter coming through one at a time. DONT, TRUST, THEM. I read each letter as it came and wrote it down. Then his fingers kept going. DADTOLD MOMITS ALMOST OVER. My hands were steady now, rock steady, because I understood something I'd been trying not to understand. My parents weren't grieving. They weren't struggling with an impossible choice. They were counting down. My dad had stood in this room, right next to Chris's bed, looked at his own son hooked up to machines, and said it's almost over. Like he was talking about a bad season of weather? They'd said it out loud because they thought no one could hear. The neurologist worked for another 20 minutes, running her tests, documenting everything on her tablet, asking Chris a few more yes or no questions. He answered every single time without missing a beat. When she finally put the tablet down, she looked at me. "I'm flagging the case with the hospital's ethics board," she said. "With a pending neurological reassessment on file, the caseworker meeting can't legally move forward." That was huge. The first real wall between my parents and those papers. But then she said something that brought me right back down. "Your parents are listed as his medical power of attorney. If they push back on this, it could get complicated. The flag will hold for now, but they have legal standing to challenge it." I understood. The medical system could slow things down, but it couldn't stop them if they really wanted to push. I needed Humphrey. I needed a man who spent 3 years reading Morse code in a combat zone to sit next to Chris and translate every tap for every person in that building. A witness who couldn't be dismissed as a grieving teenager. I checked the time. 12:45. Humphrey was about 30 minutes out. The meeting was supposed to be in 75 minutes. Even with the flag, even with the neurologist on my side, I knew my parents weren't going to just accept being told no. I tapped into Chris's palm. "Grandpa's coming. Just hold on a little longer." Chris tapped back one letter. K. Just K. But I felt it all the way through my hand and up my arm and into my chest. He'd been holding on for months. He could hold on a little longer. At 1:10 I heard them. I wasn't ready. They were 40 minutes early and the sound of my mother's voice coming down the hallway hit me like ice water. She was talking to one of the nurses, asking which conference room the caseworker meeting was set up in. I stood up so fast the chair scraped across the floor. I moved toward the window that looks out into the hallway, and that's when I saw my dad. He was a few steps behind Mom, already looking through the glass into Chris's room, right at me. His face changed the second our eyes met, from calm to something tight and locked down. He turned and walked straight in. The first words out of his mouth weren't, "How's your brother?" or "Is everything okay?" He looked at me and said, "What are you doing here? Your mother said you were getting coffee." His voice was flat, not worried, not confused, just flat. "I've been here since 9 a.m., I said, "and Chris has been talking to me." I watched his face. I watched for surprise, hope, anything that looked like a father hearing his son might be alive. His expression didn't open up. It closed down, his eyebrows pulled together.